Hi, everyone. For my research plan, I'm focusing on the role of Black women in local grassroots civil rights campaigns, 1945 through 1975. I spent some time exploring a few databases through the Jerry Falwell Library to find sources that could support this topic. And I found some really compelling ones. The first database I explored was Oxford Scholarship Online. I started with a basic search using the terms women and also civil rights movement. And I was honestly surprised. It brought back over 72,000 sources. But one that really stood out to me was How Long African American Women in the Struggle for Civil Rights by Belinda Robnett. It was published by Oxford University Press in 1997, and I also found a review of it by Yvette Alice Azenso in Political Science Quarterly. What drew me to this book is that it doesn't just highlight well known national figures, but really focuses on the grassroots level, on everyday women who played powerful roles in the movement without always getting public recognition. This directly supports my research plan, especially since Robnet introduces the concept of bridge leader, which is a term for women who connected former civil rights organizations with local community action. That really aligns with the kind of activism I'm interested in documenting. Another source that I found in the same database was Witnessing and Testifying Black Women, Religion, and Civil Rights by Rosetta E. Ross. It was published in 2003 and reviewed in the Journal of Church and State. This one explores how Black women's religious beliefs motivated their activism and also shaped their leadership within the civil rights movement. I think this is going to be helpful for examining how faith and community institutions has supported women's grassroots organizing, especially in the South during the 1950s and 1960s. Next, I turned to Project Muse. And honestly, this one took a little more effort. My initial search my initial search didn't give me what I was looking for, but I remembered a great tip from my professor about using and versus or in searches and adjusting my wording a little bit. When I switched my keywords to grassroots, women, and civil rights movement, the results improved significantly. That's when I found the book, Freedom Rights New Perspectives on the Civil Rights Movement, edited by Danielle McGuire and John Dittmer. This one looks at the movement through a wider lens, but includes several essays that reframe our understanding of who the key actors were. There's strong emphasis on local organizing, and it helps me to see how to position women in those stories, not as background figures, but as central to the strategy and success of the movement. The final source I found, and one that I'm especially excited about, is Southern Black Women in the Modern Civil Rights Movement by Marilyn Petre. It was published in 2013. It is a collection of essays that spotlights individual women who were critical at the local level. What's so valuable here is the diversity of experience it captures, not just big organizers, but women from small towns and rural communities, working in schools, working in churches, and also neighborhoods to push for change. Overall, this database exploration really helping sharpen my focus and gave me a lot to work with. These sources aren't just about ordinary Black women doing extraordinary work, often behind the scenes in their local communities, and that's exactly the story I want for my research to tell. Thanks for listening, and I look forward to your replies.